my goodness. Oh my god. Hello. Huh. I didn't see you there. I guess... Oh, I guess I left the door unlocked. Now get the fuck out of my house. Holy smocks, what the frick? Sam, watch your language, dude. Watch your mouth. Oh. How are you guys? Sorry, this music's got me subdued. This music's got me sedated. Let me tweet this out. I mean, I just tweeted it out, but let me put this in the Discord. Today, we have the one and only Chemical Messiah, Dirt God. I don't know what to call him. One of the two. Big lag with the chat today. What? Sam, what's up? Snowy, what's up? PP. Palma Design. Official Valina. Little Orphan Steph, my wife. Xander. Hey, what up? We got everyone in the chat. Literally everyone that matters is here right now. Sam, thank you for the follow. Thank you, thank you. It's gonna be a good one today. We're talking about how to be yourself. The answer? Pay me thousands of dollars a month for courses of self-development and coaching. I am switching. The real plan with all this, start a stream. Okay, so do NFTs, start a stream, life coach. Life coach is the ultimate goal. And then once we get to life coach status, then we work out some sort of Ponzi scheme or some sort of multi-level marketing. Oh shit, has anyone franchised a life coach yet? Snowy, you'll be the first victim client. Sam, I could be a dating coach. I could tell you what's up. Drop your down bad problems in chat, and I'll tell you how to deal with them. Because clearly I have it together. I live in an attic. Have you guys ever seen The Ladies Man? Maybe I should save this for when Chemical Messiah is on here, because he's the retro movie god. But The Ladies Man, the SNL spinoff, he lives in a boat and he slays. It's actually incredible. How to make a Mary. I don't know how to make a Mary. Anyways, what flavor are we drinking today? Great question, chat. Thank you for asking that. I almost forgot. Strawberry lemonade. Bingo. That's a nice little like die cut label. That's cool. See how it tastes. Probably like dog shit. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's real good. Oh, boy. All right, guys, let's get into it. Yeah, Steph's a sub now. Steph, you got gifted a sub by Domino the other day. In case you didn't know. Now you can do the emojis. Where do I buy my booch? That's a question for Steph. She goes out and gets me... Big Wimp, thanks for the follow. She goes out and gets me all sorts of booch flavors. You know what? I'm feeling saucy today. Let's double fist it with the emojis. All right. Let's get into it. No reason not to, right? Let's bring them on. Here we go. Hey, you guys are on.
Oh, look at this overlay.
Oh, ow.
Yeah, buddy.
Woo. This is
That's
nice.
powerful.
That's good.
Powerful.
Thank you. It's the grand reveal. It's the debut of the overlay.
Looks real good.
Yeah.
Looks real
I'm the
good.
wrong guy though.
You know, that's a fact. I need to change.
Wasted.
Fuck.
I'm the new
Everyone's
dirt.
like,
It,
the dirt guy looks different.
it would not be my stream if there wasn't a huge oversight in something new being revealed. What do I call you?
No.
Chemical? Dirt? God? Messiah?
You can call me Joshua, Dirt God. I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Joshua works for me. I like to keep it
I like
personal.
Joshua. Yeah.
I'm not gonna
But-
mute the.
Yeah, Josh,
Mute
did
the
you see
stream?
the very first stream I did?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you got there, Ryan? Can't read it. Your name's in the way.
I wore this for the Dirt God.
God wants you.
I appreciate it.
It's my Jesus.
I like it.
That's
Didn't he
Can't
just
hear
drop a
repent.
new album?
It's, yeah, the teaser did, but I think Donda comes out like August 4th or something like that.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm
stopped after
surprised that it
Jesus.
even happened.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Well,
Someone just
welcome.
said I look less dirty.
Hey,
And I think that's because it's the wrong person.
You'll get grimier as the chat goes on, I think.
Yeah.
you definitely don't look as dirty as I thought you would.
Well, I did take a shower today, so
I was hoping for
Perfect.
some like pig pen vibes where there's like literal like dirt swirls, you know?
that's next time. Next time, I'll do the green screen background with like the swirls and
Yeah.
like the flies flying around me and shit.
Damn.
That's the next level right there.
Perfect.
Well, welcome, Joshua. Welcome to Saturdays
Thanks
Are
for
for the
having me.
Boys. Yeah, stoked to have you. We do this every week,
Oh.
and yeah, we want to talk to a little bit of everyone in the NFT space and in digital art. But you came up several times in conversation because this group here and a few other artists, we were talking in particular about how we sometimes walk on eggshells, censor ourselves, are a little cautious about how we present our own personal brands on Twitter. And we're like, you know who's super authentic is Joshua's, is Chemical Messiah. And I've been to your Twitter spaces, I've heard you guys talk, and it is incredibly refreshing when someone, I don't want to say like you don't give a fuck, but I also I want to say like in some ways you don't.
No, I definitely
like,
don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't.
and
I don't
it's
give a fuck,
fucking
no.
it's fucking super refreshing when people present their real selves. So we wanted to identify that, like outside of your work being incredible, you know, the
Appreciate
personality comes through, man. Yeah. And tell us a little bit more about like how you think about that stuff and how you sort of approach that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, we're dealing all on Twitter basically and doing some spaces here and there. And, you know, you can't really get a feel for some of these artists or different collectors or people because they're kind of just like, here's the art I buy and here's the art I like. And I just kind of saw that when I was starting, and I just wanted to be able to give people more of like, yo, this is me, this is who I am, so you can kind of like get to know me more, and maybe that might help you appreciate my art more, or it might make you like me less. But you know, that's the risk you take about trying to put yourself out there. You know, it's just trying to be yourself.
Did you ever have like, I think maybe it's the moments of when people start to unfollow you, or you start to filter out the noise, I guess, in some ways. Like, did you ever have any concerns? Because I feel like that's where people start to feel that resistance a little bit, and they're like, oh fuck, maybe I've gone too far. I'm gonna, you know.
Oh yeah, man, I definitely got some resistance when I was on Instagram. I would post more of like my political stuff, and like I would lose like 1,000 followers in a week, like just
Whoa.
from posting like fuck Trump stuff, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I'd rather have you not follow me than, you know, just get post. Like people would just comment on those artwork and be like, well, Biden's just as bad, and I'm like, yeah, but he's not the president, so don't fucking bring him up. Like, you know, this was a couple years ago, but
Yeah.
so I mean, I definitely have gone too far where like, you know, you strike a nerve, but if you stick
Yeah.
up for what you believe in, then it's, I don't fucking care about those people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Has it made I guess like the conversations with your followers different too? Like, have you noticed a shift as you sort of like filtered out those people?
Yeah, actually, it's weird is on Twitter, which you would think there'd be more pushback. I haven't really received any pushback, which is weird because Instagram, you don't really look to it as like where people start shit. But on Twitter, it's been super awesome, and it's like way easier to like message people, or people message me and just like start up conversations and just, yo, like, can you look at this piece of artwork and let me know what you think? And I'm always available for that kind of stuff too. So I think if you just let people know that you're available and that you're, willing to be there and talk with people, then, people just get that vibe from you that you're not an asshole,
Yeah. Orphan, you also do dirt god goat behavior, Garner said. I agree. Orphan, you have also been very outspoken and vocal about, maybe not about this topic, but like just about presenting yourself in the real way. Like how have you thought about that too? Is there like a strategy behind it, or is there really no thought and you're just being you?
I mean, the strategy is my sanity, honestly. Like I was super like beta in college and in high school. I was still me, but I was like really afraid of I was really careful about what people thought of me. And it never ended up very good. So I always ended up feeling super stressed out in any situation, and that leads to a lot of social anxiety and things like that, because you're always trying to keep up persona. And I mean, to a degree, I'm super introverted in real life, so I can turn it on and off for social things and for stream and stuff. But I mean, the way that I express my views is all it's all out of a sanity thing, because if it's too much work to keep up not doing that. And it's backwards too, right? Same with like dating and stuff. Like once you do that, you realize, one, it's easier, and then two, people like you more. Like it works backwards of how you think it would.
Yeah, right? Like you put yourself out there because you feel awkward, and you're like, all right, well, I'm just going to be like a social chameleon. And then before you know it, people are like, this guy's cool because he just talks his mind, and, he says it like it is.
Yeah.
So it's almost like your defense mechanism turns into like your superpower.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. Like I'm pretty introverted. Like I don't really do any type of like video interviews like this. So, when you guys like were like, yo, you guys should do this, I was like, fuck, I'm nervous as hell. You know what I mean?
If it makes you feel any better, I get nervous every time I do one of these. Yeah, I feel the same way in a lot. I think I probably censor myself more than I intend to, but I also think that authenticity comes across more naturally than a lot of people realize, based on like what you guys were just saying too. Like it is contagious, and I think that's also why like jumping into your Twitter spaces has been like really fun, because you guys just let it all out. It's pretty comforting too. So when it comes to those Twitter spaces, like, can you tell us a little bit more about those conversations? Are they like a weekly occurrence? Because maybe a lot of people in the chat don't know about them, and it'd be good to catch people up.
Yeah, so we started doing them weekly with me and Kill. I don't know if you guys follow him at all, and also Bad Luck Spence.
He does the like anime stuff with like the soft focus kind of over the top of it. Is that right?
Yeah, Kill does a lot of like neon stuff. Same with Spence. But yeah, we just felt like, there's so many spaces and people go and they want information, but they don't want to seem like they're being like lectured to. So we just thought like with the three of our personalities, just like spitballing and letting anybody just like request a conversation, like a topic or a question that they have. Like it's really loose, so we're just shooting the shit, and if someone has a question, they can raise their hand, and then we'll switch over to that topic. And we just wanted to make it as informative as possible and like as inclusive as possible, so that people didn't think like, I don't know what the fuck these people are talking about, I'm gonna get out of here. We just wanted to be like, yo, come hang out, shoot the shit, and if you learn something, cool, that's the goal.
That's awesome, man. When are you guys doing those chats?
So we were doing them on Thursdays, but it looks like everyone's doing them on Thursdays now, so we're gonna have to move the day.
Or take them out. You could always kill them.
That too.
Yeah.
But the time zones are kind of difficult because Curtis lives in Australia and Spence lives in Vancouver and I live in Philadelphia. So it's 3 different time zones that we have to like. So when it's nighttime for me, it's daytime for Curtis on the next day. So we kind of have to go around his dumb Australian schedule.
I know. It's called the land down under for a reason. Everything's backwards.
I always joke that we're sponsored by Outback, and he gets so mad at me.
That would be sick, though. You guys should try and get that.
Dude, we did. We've tagged Outback so many times in tweets trying to get them.
That's amazing.
Dude, I was hoping that Domino's Design would actually like put up and start sponsoring NFT artists, but they never did. They didn't even send me the coupons they said they were going to.
That's bullshit.
Unreal, dude.
I know, right?
Fucking drag their asses.
Fucking corporations, man.
I remember like one of the first moments I in New York, right? I was working in Flatiron and we worked like 2 doors down from Outback Steakhouse, and these tourists were walking down the street and they're like, go get some authentic Australian. Let's check out Outback Steakhouse. And I was like, what?
Huh?
Do I tell them?
It says authentic Australian.
No.
They don't even have that
I
in
hope.
Australia.
I know. I don't even know.
I asked Curtis, and I was like, "Yo, do you guys have Outback Steakhouse?" And he's like, "Is that
what?"
He didn't even know what they were. I was like, I had to explain it to him. He's like, "Oh, okay, makes sense."
It'd be like calling a restaurant here like Freedom Burger Place, or it probably sounds so goofy down there.
Yeah, right.
Incredible. Yeah, it's so I guess with the chats too, like one of the things that we had mentioned when we were just catching up a while ago, Josh, was there's a big difference between being an asshole and shit posting. I think we all kind of ride that line too. It's a very fine line.
Yeah.
Very fine.
But there, and I don't even know how you explain that to someone that doesn't quite understand the difference between the two. But it's a careful distinction.
Yeah, it's I think you kind of have to play with it and see how like far and what you can get away with, and what your followers are okay with, and without sounding like an asshole, because nobody wants to follow an asshole.
Right.
But they do want, follow someone that's going to be kind of funny and, oh, this is funny. It's not just talking about NFTs all the time. They post dumb shit and, post about just what's going on. And, but yeah, there's definitely times where like you'll read a post and you're like, this dude went a little too far. But you can kind of see they get kind of corrected in the community. Like I don't think there's too many people where it's that ambiguous, where they're either an asshole or shit posting. I think there's like assholes and then there's people that are shit posting. So I think people now can kind of tell the difference.
Dude, I wasn't sure with Nikki Papers for a while. I was like, this has to be a joke, right? Like it was so crazy, and it turns out it wasn't a joke. And I'm like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, dude. I got to know him pretty well actually, because we even did a couple podcasts.
Oh, dude, he was on the second season of Vices, wasn't he?
What?
Yeah, well, he was going to be, and then he dropped out. This was like right before all that shit. Yeah. But before that, me and him and Mendez had a podcast. We did, I think, like 2 episodes, and then he came out with like, I'm the CEO of Rarible, and I was like, all right, dude, I'm gonna back away a little bit. I don't think you're actually the CEO of Rarible, dude.
And so
that was kind of the final straw.
So you got the vibe that he was like serious with that?
Yeah, like he was telling me, like he even had a meeting with I think his name is like Alex or Alexi or whatever, one of the head dudes from Rarible. He even had like a phone call with them, and like right after the phone call with him, he texted me or Discorded me or whatever and was like, yeah, I'm the CEO now. And I was like, all right, I'll see it. Like, I'll see you later.
All right, man, later. Oh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, I mean, I think we're kind of learning about like, I think didn't someone just come out the other day? They were a catfish. There was some lady like posting pictures of a model or something, and
Hmm.
so I think the community is getting pretty wise about sorting them out.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something interesting yesterday with Julian though, because that whole saga played out. But then he posted a picture yesterday saying like good night, and it was some artwork. Someone hopped in his chat real quick, did a reverse image search, and said, "Hey man, you stole it! Like you stole this! Like you're at it again." But then it turns out that actually someone from like Japan or China made a tutorial about like stealing his art, and then and it was just someone copying the tutorial, and it's like, oh my,
Oh.
like I think people are getting good at picking it out, but I'm worried that like the same stuff the collectors were worried about is like, I don't want this to turn into everyone needs to like vet everyone's artwork before anyone does anything, because it leads to so much pressure and like panic.
Yeah, I think, and you know, I've definitely like looked at a couple artists before that maybe only had like 10 or 15 followers, and I'd look at their artwork and I was like, something doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully I was wrong and those artists end up doing well, but I think, you know, there definitely is some sus people out there that are just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, for sure. What we need is we need NFT police that go around and knock on people's NFT doors and verify whether or not they're doing their artwork correctly.
Just reverse image search a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's not a
funny
bad
that
idea.
it's an issue, but this is kind of what NFTs are trying to solve, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost creating like more of a problem, you know, in a sense.
Yeah. I think it won't be a problem once we have the systems to verify easily up and running, and when everyone has when it's the same as getting a Twitter account to like verify your minting wallet. Like that, I think that'll kind of go away. I think we're just in a weird zone because it's so early and we don't have the structure right.
Yeah.
I also hope with like enough people getting excommunicated for doing shitty things that will have hopefully like a lasting half-life in the community where people will be less inspired to do that.
Right.
I don't know if that's wishful thinking or not, but
Yeah, so we need
outside of the like
didn't
automation.
that happen to like Bankso or something? Some dude was
Yeah.
you know, like whatever happened to him?
Yeah.
Did he ever come back or is he gone?
So
I mean, I don't even
Orphan's
know.
best friend.
I was in with Bankso. Yeah, me and Bankso were cool. Yeah, that was a weird one.
I didn't know anything about him until like all that shit happened.
He was doing a lot of promo. He was actually really positive in the community from what I knew about him, but he was obviously riding off of people thinking ambiguously that he was Banksy. But then Nifty Mickey, aka Joe, kind of clicked his head and revealed a bunch of stuff, and I think he's pretty good at that. And so it came out that he was like biting someone else's artwork, if not like directly taking it. He wasn't taking it one for one, but he was like doing the exact same thing with just like a different image. But
Are we gonna get to a place though where like, I'm just thinking out loud, where people like Joe, no hate on Joe, but that they're going to start going a little bit too far. They're gonna start policing too much shit, and they're gonna start to be the sort of setting the baseline of like what's not. Like the gate. I don't think gatekeepers are necessarily a good thing either. And I think we see a little bit of that. The toxic positivity sort of stuff, where people are like, you can only be positive in this space.
Yeah, I don't think we need any like vigilantes going around and like ripping people up, but I think it doesn't hurt to like call attention to it. But like, some of these people like they'll like go ham on someone and then later like, oh, I was wrong, I fucked up. And it's like, well, then you shouldn't have posted it. You know what I mean? Like, take a second, don't post it. So I think it's definitely a balance, and like you said, it's still so new. I think it'll come. It's just gotta take some time.
It's like the Wild West.
Garner has to.
In that reason too. It's like the Wild West, like you need a sheriff, otherwise it turns into madness. And
Yeah,
so
sure.
there's a certain level. I think Dirt God put it a great way, that like a vigilante, or as long as Joe keeps doing what he's doing and doesn't step his bounds, he's exactly who we need. Like that's exactly the type of person that we need to be doing this. So I just don't want it to go too far, because it gets scary quick.
Yeah.
Well, at what point do we like expect the platforms to be the quote unquote vigilantes and check on like copied artwork and stuff like that? You know what I mean? Like, is it only up to the community, or are platforms going to start looking into this and being like, yo, this is not real?
Flagging shit.
I don't think
It's interesting.
I don't think you can on a platform level, just because already they're having trouble keeping up with everything, and it's not even close to scale. So it's the same thing that Twitter has a problem with, right? They have teams of people and their Twitter, and they still like get things wrong and miss things. like they seem backwards some of the time, and it's super hard. So I think that's what the decentralization's supposed to do, is once someone and that's why I was talking about verifying, like once you know who the real artist is connected to their wallet, then you just have that wallet be verified, and then it can go to any platform anywhere. And so it doesn't land on like a Rarible specifically to have a different set of arbitrators. But I don't know what that looks like.
But in the case, like, let's not to beat a dead horse, but like in Julian's case, he could have been a verified artist, but then his actual work was plagiarized to an extent. So then if he's verified, then he bypasses the platforms.
Yeah. But then he ruins his reputation, because he already did, right? Because then he's got this verified wallet with his name attached to it. And now it's like, okay, well, Julian, we know who he is, what wallet he mints from. He would have to start a new wallet, start a new everything in order to escape that stigma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Garner
Yeah, but I
asked
mean,
a good question on this topic.
Okay.
But sorry, Joshua, go ahead, man.
No, I was gonna say creating wallets is so easy though. So I mean, like pretty much anyone could just create a dummy wallet and.
But you'd have to start over from scratch. It's like the same as like having to start your social media over again. It's like you can do it, and and he might have to. I don't know what he's at right now, but I know he lost a lot of followers. But you can't stop him from being on the internet because of that, and like there's no really other way to. I don't know. There's not a good way to punish it, because it's kind of a weird moral gray ground where he did copy work, but he still does work on his own. It's all just so sketchy.
Yeah. It's weird, man. I don't know enough about that situation to like really comment.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate everyone being like, can't drag this person for copying shit.
Right.
Like, come on. So
If
Garner
you're
asked,
stealing someone's artwork and selling it as your own, you can drag them through wherever the fuck you
Yeah.
want.
yeah, like, don't tell me not
That's
to
my
witch hunt
opinion.
someone. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Garner asked, what do you guys think about people following tutorials to a T and then minting that work for profit?
I think it's lame.
I've never done it.
Yeah.
But I think anyone, if you do that, I think people will be able to notice. Like they'll be able to tell what it's most like. If you also look up tutorials, I think that's literally just like a paint by numbers kind of thing. I don't think there's anything wrong in someone like doing a tutorial piece and then going off and fucking with it and doing their own thing with it.
Exactly.
But if you just do the tutorial piece as is and just submit it like that, then it's, I mean, what's stopping me from doing the same exact thing?
Yeah. I
feel that.
It's, I don't know. I mean, they put out those tutorials as like open source things to do, to learn. And I don't know what the legal ground is on it, but certainly the artistic ground is dog shit. Where like you're like, what? I mean, what's your goal? Like, are you planning to blow up and make a lot of money and become a famous artist by minting tutorials? Because like you're gonna run out of tutorials pretty quick. or
Yeah.
you might, or God forbid,
Yeah,
you might
and what are you
actually
gonna-
learn something and then and then start to go off the tutorials. But
Well, what's funny is like I'm self-taught, so like I
Right.
learned a lot from tutorials, but I never like took one verbatim and like actually just I'm done. That's my artwork. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think the goal as an artist is to learn from it, but just because it's a tutorial doesn't mean it's exactly 100% how you should do it.
yeah,
So learn from it and then make it your own.
I think there's a lot to. Oh Jesus Christ! you had to say it. God damn it.
Well, am I wrong?
People in the chat fucking with you.
Am I wrong? No,
It's the opposite.
no, it's a real
It's
gummy
the,
situation.
It's the fucking Rorschach in the jail moment. Like, we're stuck in here with him. We're stuck in here with Orphan.
Yeah.
This is his world.
I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me.
Yeah.
You're on the stream with me.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Dude,
We're
I
in your
totally
attic.
lost my train of thought.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm with Josh. Is like I learned everything that I do by myself. I went to school
Yeah.
for art, but I didn't learn shit. I learned how to make color wheels, and I'll say that till the day I die. Made like 10 color wheels, and I bullshitted so hard. And on the side, I learned how to do Photoshop, and I learned how to do Illustrator because I was starting a clothing company, and it's like they didn't teach me any of that. So I've done tons of tutorials, but I've never gone out and tried to one for one make $5,000 on a tutorial. But
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think as soon as you start branching off, just like Josh said, as soon as you start branching off or putting multiple pieces together or taking what you learned from a tutorial and saying something with it, then you're completely good at that point. Besides that, it's
I
just
think it's
lazy.
making it your own is a big part of minting or finding your voice. I think we've talked about this before. There's like so many people that are not self-editing enough, and they'll make something that they think looks cool and they'll immediately mint it. And it's like, is that what you want your online representation to be? Is that what you want your brand to be? Have you found what you think to be is your aesthetic, your voice on paper, right? And I feel like the tutorials are like, to your points, like they are the thing that gets you to the place that you need to be. They're not the thing that necessarily needs to be celebrated immediately and put out into the world and shared in such a way that, you want people to collect that and remember you as like, that's how I remember Ryan's work. So I and this is also why I don't maybe like mint work too much, is because I'm not necessarily confident in what that sort of visual voice is yet. I'm waiting till that's established to find the right time to actually drop that work and share it with people, because I want people to like it and think that it's unique. So I think everyone needs to sometimes just take a beat and really think strategically about, like, is this good? Like, is this where it needs to be? And then at the same time, I also think there's some platforms like Hen that are really nice to sort of experiment too. So maybe there's a sort of like a comfort zone of I need to express myself, I need to find my voice, but at the same time, I want to have a little fun while.
Yeah, and I've actually been using Hen for that exact reason, is like posting some of my older work that might not fit into like my larger portfolio, but just pieces that people have responded to positively and they wanted to collect them. So I would just sell them for 3 or 4 TES, so people can have them, and I can also expand my collector base on Hen, because not everyone collects Ethereum pieces. So I think Hen's great for that. But you're right. I mean, you don't need to mint every fucking piece you create. Like, just because you create it doesn't mean like, oh, I gotta rust the foundation or Rarible and list this right now. You can create pieces and still not sell them as NFTs. That's not a crime.
How did you, I think it's a good segue, like, how did you get to the place that you are right now, Joshua, with the aesthetic that you have? Because it's something like collage aspect is something that I love, and I loved also like the the tangible, tactile feel of it, and I've done those in the past, so I just love that process. But how did you get there to where you are today?
Yeah, I've just been collaging for probably like the past like 4 or 5 years, and I was making like some pretty basic collages. I say basic just because like if you saw them, you wouldn't know who did them. They just look like, you know, whatever. And I was just getting kind of bored, and I was like super depressed. And my wife was like, "Well, if you don't like what you're doing, then fucking change it. Like, you're in control of that. Like, you are." And I was like, "You're right. Like, I'm just gonna pull out whatever crazy shit comes out of my head, and hopefully it works." And I've just been super influenced ever since I was younger by like Hitchcock films, like just like this very subtle type of horror, not like in your face. Just something like when you look at it, just doesn't quite seem right. You can't quite put your finger on it. And I wasn't really seeing any collage work that really had like any messages or any type of like, you know, here's what I stand for, here's like something you should look into. So I just like thought, you know, I'm gonna make some collage pieces that have messages behind them that I'm strong about, like absurdism and, you know, maybe some existentialism, and see if they resonate with people. And, you know, luckily they did. But yeah, it was mainly just like turning a lot of the philosophy that I was reading into visuals and how I felt at the time.
That's super dope, man. Were you you were doing a lot of this stuff outside of NFTs prior to January, March swinging around?
Yeah, I've been on Instagram since probably about 4 years ago. I started my Instagram.
Okay.
I have about like 34,000 followers on there.
Nice.
Damn, dude.
Not many like have like transitioned over into Twitter, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I was posting most of my artwork, and I was just doing prints and t-shirts. And then Curtis Kyokill actually was like, "Dude, you got to get into NFTs. Like, they're awesome. Like, I've been doing a lot of research, and you got to do them." And I was like, "I don't know what the fuck they are." And this was back in like February, and I was so out of the loop, and I was just like, "All right, I'll look into it." And like, I think my first post in March was like, "Oh, I'm super excited to be joining the community." You know what I mean? Like something super like clear-eyed like that. And you know, it's just been a wild ride, man.
Hell yeah, dude. You've been absolutely crushing.
Thank you. I
Fucking so
appreciate
good.
it.
The best thing.
I mean, my main goal is to bring other artists with me, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point of like God Friday. And it's not just for me to buy artwork, though. It's also for like other collectors to come and see some of the other artists that might not be selling very well just because they don't have eyes on their work.
Right.
And you know, when I first started in the community, just people were shilling into the void, and it was like, you know, depressing. So I was like, I need to give somebody an outlet to actually like chill and like get something out of it.
Yeah, definitely. You've been doing such a good job at it too, and clearly it's working because your followers are crazy. I think everyone else is talking about being in a lull, and you're continuing to grow. And I think it's because of the community that you're building. Your Discord's pretty lit.
Man.
You're always doing stuff. There was what did you call it? Where you like send everyone to like retweet a tweet. It was like a sacrifice on your Discord.
Oh yeah. I call them sacrifices on my Discord.
Yeah.
So if anyone in my cult has any artwork that they want to share, they just post it there, and I just make everybody in the cult retweet it.
Oh,
So
shit.
this way we get some eyeballs on it.
Yeah, it's super cool. I think you're doing a great job.
I love that.
You've clearly figured out a way to grow and be authentic at the same time, which is kind of the whole point of the conversation we're having right now. It's
I
hard.
think you're giving me way too much credit. 'Cause
I don't know, man.
I have no.
Here's
We were talking about this before I jumped on, and I have no plan. I just do whatever the fuck I want.
Dude, same. But here's the thing, and here's everyone that I've met in the NFT space who is doing really well says they don't deserve it. Mark is notorious for this, and Savage and Rye and Ryan, like just everyone that I've met who's doing good stuff is like, oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. Me too. I say that all the time. But and this kind of leads into the question that I had, but like just you being you and trying to figure things out, the intuition that takes is clearly shows that you know what you're doing and that you're a genuine guy on the right path. But the question that I was thinking about earlier, oh yeah, no problem, dude. The question I was thinking about earlier is, what if you fucking suck? There's a lot of people who are either young and haven't quite figured it out, or like are just have something that doesn't quite gel with people. Like, what do you do if you're that type of person? Because it's hard. The advice, be yourself, is easy if you know what that means and you know what yourself is and you're a good person. But if you don't fit those criteria, then be yourself is the shittiest advice anyone can give you.
I know when people message me and they're like, do you have any tips for me? And I'm like, literally the only thing I tell people is like, comment, retweet, quote tweet, just, you know, make a presence online so that people like can see you, so that like they can't get away from you. Pretty much, not like in a negative way, like fuck this guy, but I mean like go on your favorite artist and see that you've already commented or you've already quote tweeted it. You know, that shit goes a long way, and you don't even necessarily have to have a huge art portfolio or even good artwork to be part of the community and retweet people and support people. So I mean, I think if you're working at it from that way and you don't know quite, well, how do I be myself and what do I do, like just get involved with the community, join some discords, chat with people, and before you know it, you're gonna have a bunch of people just sliding into your DMs where you can just, you know, message them and be like, yo, are you picking up this piece or are you picking up that piece? And before you know it, you're making friends, and it's like you got too many DMs to deal with.
That's a great point. I've always told people when they don't know what to do is to start thinking about other people first, because you're kind of gonna naturally build up that community. If you're thinking about other people, you're gonna find your way and you're gonna figure out what is you and what works for you. But it's impossible to do that if you're thinking inward the entire time, because you end up making the wrong decisions. But if you're helping other people around you, you'll really get a feel for where you're going, and you'll help other people.
Yeah, and people will see that too. And they'll see that. They'll see that, you know, you're in it to help other people, and that was like one of the main drivers behind Dirt God Friday. It was a little selfish because I wanted to be able to buy some cheap art, but like I just couldn't find good artwork that I wanted, so for cheap prices. I was like, I'm just gonna have people come to me, and it's a win-win because I'll buy artwork and people will sell their artwork. So
what do you think, Ryan?
I think so much.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's great, and you know, like really thinking about other people is definitely something that, you know, I'm doing as well. You know, it's hard to really think about myself in my normal life, let alone just doing that all the time on the internet. So I think really thinking about, you know, what makes someone else laugh, or like what is funny, and how to just kind of like bring a smile to someone's face is like a lot of the times where I'm coming when like I'm making a meme or something, you know. It's just like I'm bored at work, and instead of, you know, doing something like shilling or some other like random thing that's just like really self-centered, it's just like, why not make someone smile, you know?
I was gonna say, you're like, the amount of time you've probably spent on memes is crazy, and whether you're doing it at work or not, like you could be doing something else and you choose to put in work for free for other people, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, you know, and it's like it's okay that there's not any like money behind that. You know, there really should be money behind memes. I feel like, you know, some of them, like the famous ones where, you know, they sell them foundation or whatever, $500,000, whatever, that's fine. But they're really
economy.
That's fine and all like well and good, but I feel like the really, really good ones that like really get you sometimes, that I've like sat and, you know, looked at 10 times and started crying because they're so funny. There shouldn't be money behind that. That just needs to be kind of a free, selfless act.
I feel that. I think so much of the online banter and communities come at a better time either. I understand that a complete rejection of the traditional institutions. We're pushing away from art galleries and that centralized approach, those gatekeepers, sort of keeping us out of that type of exposure or sales. But I also think, dude, we've been like locked up globally for 14, 15 months. We are all looking for that sort of connection. It doesn't even matter if you're introvert or an extrovert. Like, this is a time where we're all looking to engage with one another, and like a meme can make someone's day. Like, it sounds silly, but it's totally true.
Yeah.
And you know, Joshua giving people that platform to share their work gives them that exposure to collaborate or to otherwise just be seen. And I think that's so much a part of what we all are looking for right now, is to hopefully be seen and find like-minded people that, yeah, might not be like local and certainly aren't maybe within your little tiny space that you've been locked within for over a year now. So it really, in so many ways, come at a better time, and maybe that's why there has been such an explosion. But that's
one of the best things about the community is just like, I have so many people that I've met from all over the world, that like I feel like no matter what time of day it is, I'm always in a conversation with somebody, like via DM or on a comment, because it's like it might be 1 o'clock for me, but it's daytime for them, and they're chatting with me, or vice versa. So I feel like it's just, you kind of just have like access to like everybody at your fingertips, but for good rather than for like what Twitter used to be used for, which is just like, you know, posting dumb political shit and getting in arguments.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I've been on Twitter since 2011, and I had like zero engagement. Like it was such an echo chamber, one of which I probably created for myself, but it was prior to NFTs, kind of a pit of despair. It was not an enjoyable experience. And then there was this, you know, blossom of art and creativity and sharing, and like that's literally everything I want. So it's pretty fucking bizarre, actually, that juxtaposition occurred just in a matter of like months. It feels like it flip-flopped.
Yeah, man, I'm like in the same exact boat. Like, I would just use Twitter for like news and keeping up on like different politics. And then around like January, February, I was like, this is fucking so detrimental to my health. I need to not do this anymore. And that just so happened to coincide with getting into NFTs. And like, I pretty much just unfollowed everyone that I had been following before that and just started over. But yeah, I had like maybe like 30 followers. And I've had my account since like 2011. So I mean, same thing, like I just never used it. Used it for posting dumb GIFs and reading about politics.
Same, man.
Well, that's pretty impressive, man, because you're at 15.4K right now. That's crazy.
March.
Yeah,
it's been a crazy fucking ride, man.
Yeah,
it's been insane. Yeah, my main goal is just to try and build as big of a community so that people, you know that I'm legit, and Fridays and Wednesdays come around, they can shill to me, and they know they're gonna get a lot of eyeballs on their work and possibly get a sale. And you know, we just want people to feel included. It's my goal.
Yeah. How does that work on Wednesdays and Fridays? Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so Wednesday is Dirt God Wednesday, and I only buy pieces on Hen. I usually end up spending between like 50 and 100 TES on, you know, like 20 pieces, because it's like so easy to just like buy so many different artwork, man. And then Fridays are only on Ethereum networks, so OpenSea, Foundation, or Rarible. Preferably not Foundation, because I don't really like how much they take from the artists, and I do most of my shit from my phone, and Foundation doesn't let me bid for my phone, so fuck them.
Hey, I'm curious about this from a brand building perspective and like a community building perspective. How does doing building your community off of buying people's work and having people shill to you, how does that mold your follower base? Because I know the reason I asked this is because when I started when I started my clothing company in like 2011, I did a lot of giveaways, and I found that there were a bunch of people who came in, and after a few months, like I had people who didn't want to buy anything from me or contribute. They just came for giveaways, and then they pieced out once they won or didn't win. And so I'm just wondering if you have any thoughts on that, or if you've figured a way out to like really make it a positive experience for everyone.
Yeah. So to be honest with you, I think Twitter is one of the spaces that it doesn't really matter how many followers you have. Like, obviously it looks nice if you have like 100,000 followers, but I mean, you see people with under 1,000 and they're still making incredible artwork and putting out awesome pieces for like 3 or 4 ETH. So I don't think followers really matter as far as that. I think for me, it was more so just like I wanted to build a place where people beforehand knew like, okay, this guy's a legit collector. You know, if I steal a piece, he's gonna try and buy it, hopefully. And you know, if they come follow me, I also do giveaways. I also do like random drops where I won't advertise them, and the only way you'll know about them is if you're following me and have like post notifications turned on. So like I'll drop one and it'll only be available for like a half an hour. So you kind of just want to like give value to people that are following you. So it's not just like, oh, I'm just here for you to buy my shit. It's like, oh, okay, like I can get some value out of this if I actually follow you. Yeah.
And that's super apparent from your Discord and Twitter. Like you're in the trenches with everyone, with your community, right? You're down there. You're buying it as a friend, not as like a, hey, I'll buy this if you like give me something in return. I think you're really good at being personable about it.
I've never even flipped any of the pieces that I bought on Dirt God Friday. All of them, I still own them. They're all in my collection. I don't have any plans on flipping them. I bought them because I liked the artwork, not because I saw, I could flip this for 2 or 3, that price. So, yeah, it's great because then you also build those connections. And the artist then build the connection with the collector, me, which you don't always get a chance to build a connection with your collectors. So I kind of just wanted it to be like really inclusive and really just like, yo, if you have a new piece coming out and I own one of your pieces, DM me, let me know, let me see it. I want to know what you're working on.
For sure.
That's incredible, man. I think we were joking before when we said like there's really no strategy to the madness, but I also feel like as we're talking about it, it sounds like the strategy is people first. Like you can be an authentic shithead online, but so long as you're joking around and letting people in on the joke, it's good. Like people appreciate that and they feel like they're a part of it. And the same thing with the community and the conversations that you're building. You are thinking about building a community that allows other people to grow. And people see that. Like that's I guess like in some ways like to define like how to be successful with being authentic. It's like think less about yourself, think more about the people around you, bring them along for the ride and for the conversation, and hopefully things start popping and start working out for you. But we're all in this together sort of mentality.
Yeah, and also provide them value. Like when I was climbing up followers, like I'd reach 5,000, so I'd release like a 10 of 10 for 0.05. And then people could then flip those later. And, when I first started in the scene, I couldn't afford any art. I was so disappointed because I found so many cool pieces and I just couldn't afford any. So when I was pricing my artwork, I was like, I'm going to do multiple editions, 10 of 10, so more people can have them, build a bigger community, more people can get in at a cheaper price point and flip them if they want, or they can hold them. And I think that's definitely helped build the community as well, because it's not just all about like, oh, I'm going to sell this one of one for 5E. And, I'm just trying to get as many people involved in collecting as possible.
Sorry, guys, I'm promoting while we're chatting.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say something. Oh wait,
sorry.
Maybe I need to say something.
I was taking it all in, and I was trying to do double duty.
Lame.
Too much at once.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, dude. It's fucking tough keeping up with comments and promoting.
It's difficult.
Yes, it's a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's get to Cole because he asked some good questions here.
Yeah.
He said, I really appreciate this as someone who generally is not good at this kind of stuff. I think we were talking about, I don't know what we're talking about at the time.
I think we're talking about
hours?
being yourself and authenticity and stuff.
Yeah. Any tips on navigating this lifestyle when working 8 to 10 hours at a job where I can't focus, creating during work?
Yeah.
Because Cole,
Unfortunately, I don't have any experience with that because I'm doing this full time. But art finds a way. Before I was doing this full time, I was working full time and still finding time for my art, even if that means staying up all night or working till 1 or 2 in the morning. It sucks, but it finds a way, and you never know when inspiration is going to strike, so you just sort of just go with the flow.
Yeah.
I'll say that. So I know Cole from stream and from some of the art battles. So I've got a little bit more insight to what he's got going. So he works at UPS, or he works at mail delivery. So he's out like doing physical stuff all day. But I also know that Cole, the tired stuff, like being tired from being out working like with your body all day, that's a different situation. But I think my advice to you would be exactly what you're doing. I know you got a webcam, you're starting to stream. When you were on the art battle, you were very personable. It was a joy to have you on. And so I think doubling your efforts, so like, I think that's the perfect thing to do. Stream while you're doing your work, because that way you can build community while you're working on your art and people can see your personality. Because that's really the only thing you can do. You can't cut back hours. I mean, you might be able to cut back hours, but if you can't cut back hours, you need to make your time more efficient, and that might mean stacking up things like some sort of community at the same time that you're being productive. So
that's smart.
But
yeah, I mean, plus,
idea.
You'll probably resonate with other people that are in the same position as you, because not everyone can do this full time. So, I mean,
Exactly.
if you put yourself out there and say, like, listen, I'm swamped as fuck at work, but here's what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. Other people are going to be like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not the only one that doesn't have 24/7 to invest in this.
Dude,
I also think the repetition
a great idea.
and the routine.
The routine?
Yeah, I think like the more you start doing something too, right? Like it might be that initial, might be that good. If he starts doing it at cadence, it's actually going to start feeling more natural. It's going to start feeling easier to get into. Probably going to get more energized. I guess that's how I feel with certain things that feel like a little bit of a burden to do at first, and then once you start doing it, it's just easier to get into.
Yeah, it's like working out. Like you hate it at the beginning, and then as soon as you like get in a routine, then it becomes something that you want to do. But
yeah.
I'm not there yet.
That's fine, man. I'm not there right now either, so it's all good. I
sit on my ass and watch movies.
That's fair. Like you would probably have shittier memes if you were out working out when you're supposed to be watching movies.
Yeah, right. I wouldn't have time to think of all these Always Sunny memes and dumb shit like that.
Memes would suffer.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'd rather have my body suffer than the memes. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
They need to be strong.
Welcome to the metaverse.
I'm willing to shorten my lifespan by 10 to 15 years by not exercising for the memes. So
if there's anything you take away from the chat, it's that.
It's 2021.
Yeah. Someone just said,
like you got to get with the times.
Memes over body. Yeah,
exactly.
100%.
I think that what Josh said
Someone just called me a big nerd.
Dude, how do you feel about that?
I'm all right. They called me Dirty God, so I'm all right with that. I am a nerd. I watch a lot of movies and work on artwork and listen to music. It's like literally all I do.
It's a good combo, man.
It's not a bad life.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good life.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Who needs working out when you got a life like that?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Exactly. No one. No one.
I did want to circle back and say that I think that Joshua's advice on connecting with other people who have the same plight as you is super it's super interesting idea, and it's super valuable because there's got to be a ton of people out there who have the exact same thing. They're like, how is everyone making all of this art? Like, I have to work. I have to work a job. Like, I need to make money. I'm not selling, and gas fees are high. Like, I would bet more people than not are in that position. And talking with them and maybe working a creative solution to make up for your guys' deficit through the community or through teamwork, whether it's like, okay, this person's in Australia and working when I'm off, and so I can like tweet like promote some of their stuff, or you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's something that you guys can think about together since you're in the same situation. But
yeah, and definitely collaborating helps too, because then you get twice as many eyes on it, even if you don't have as much time to invest in it. So I mean, work on collaborating with other artists that you like. That also helps with the art process, because then you're not doing 100% of the piece, right? You're only contributing parts of the piece. So, and I always just love collabs anyway, because you get so many more people involved, and it's nice to see different art styles collide. So I just always really liked it.
100%.
So what's next for the Dirt God? What do you got
A
coming
bath.
up, man? What do you?
Yeah. I'm working on a couple one-of-ones right now that I'm hopefully gonna include a physical token with them.
Ooh.
And also airdrop some pieces. Whoever owns the one-of-ones, it's kind of like a ticket for some airdrops coming up in the future.
Sick.
Sweet.
Yeah, so I've just been investing all my time in that. So I haven't really been releasing anything. I'm working on a collab right now that might come out in a week or two, and I'm also working on a Wicked Cranium collab.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Damn, they're collabing with a lot of folks right now.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah, it's really
the
cool
other
to
day?
see that they want to. John did it. Des Lecrae did the.
That was it.
Did his.
Yep.
Yeah, and so when I was talking to them, they said that they're going to try and get some other artists involved too. So it seems like they have a pretty cool roadmap for that.
Nice. That's awesome.
Dope. I was hesitant on the project. I think we were talking about PFP projects a little while ago, because I just wasn't vibing with the artwork. But the second I see them starting to reinvest in other artists and starting to collaborate, then it actually. So that's got my attention now.
Yeah,
I think I picked up some craniums when they first came out, and like I forgot about them. Like I just, because like any other PFP project, you buy a couple and then you just sort of sit on them or you watch the floor. But when you have over 300 NFTs, it's kind of hard to keep track of like what's going on all the fucking time.
Yeah, you need a portfolio manager.
Seriously, I do. I like forget which ones I even own. Like I'll go to buy one, then I'll look and it'd be like, oh, I already own that one. Never mind.
I've had those moments, and like the fucking browsing patterns on some of the platforms are so goddamn slow that it's bound to get lost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially Hen. Whenever I go on Hen, I'm like, I'll pick a piece and I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize I owned that one. All right, never mind.
Yeah. Game over. Do you, when it comes to those types of projects, the profile projects, have you scored any that were like incredibly successful? Because it sounds like you have a lot. Like, it sounds like that's maybe potentially part of your investing approach, collecting.
Yeah, I kind of just like, so to be honest with you, I started this whole journey with only $75, like 75 US dollars. I minted 3 pieces back in March, and everything else I've just been reinvesting back into the community and back into my portfolio. I think I maybe like withdrew like $3,000. Huh?
How in the world did you mint 3 pieces with $75 in March?
In March.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was. And it was on Rarible.
Like 2:30 in the middle of the night.
Yeah, it was super late. Yeah. It was really late. And ever since then, anytime I make any ETH, I just put it back into my portfolio or I buy NFTs with it. So
yeah, that's cool.
Trying to keep reinvesting it.
It's great.
That's fucking wild.
A lot of people, when they're starting in business, don't take any salary for like 3 years, and
True.
I don't see why it should be any different in this space, especially when there's potentially way more upside. So yeah, I think that's really smart.
Yeah, I mean, like the ROI is so much better than like a 401k or anything like that. So like I think I withdrew maybe like $3,000 since March to just pay for like my mortgage and a couple dumb shit, and then everything else has just been going right back into the community and my my portfolio.
Yeah,
amazing, man.
Yeah, same here.
That's crazy.
The only thing I've really bought with my profits is this computer, like the streaming setup. Like I'm pretty much only reinvesting like into stuff that'll grow my NFT career. So because there's too much upside not to do it.
John Deslecray is making fun of me because of my laptop. A couple weeks ago, everyone was like posting their setups and they're all like super nice, and I just have this like 13-inch MacBook. Yeah. And I'm like, that's all I have. So he's like, you need to upgrade your laptop, man. And I'm like, all right, that's probably the next purchase I make. I'll buy a new laptop. But
that's fair.
Other than that,
also
I'd rather I'd rather just invest in like artists and just you know, some of these PFPs I skip. Work was terrible, but I think if you like the artwork, usually they do pretty well. Cool Cats was one of them that I was able to flip a couple. And then once I flip a couple of them, I just ape into other projects then. So I just use that money to just reinvest in other dumb profile projects.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Not a bad idea, because then it's the same as investing in crypto, where they always tell you when it goes up, take out your initial investment so that at least you walk away even. It's the same with profile pictures. Like buy two, sell one, and then at least you are free on the other one. So if it goes, then it goes. If not, then you're completely fine.
Yeah, I think other than like, I think I pretty much broke even on every PFP I have except for degens, because those were terrible.
It's me and Chubby's.
Not the voids. I like the voids. The voids are dope. I'm talking about the other degens.
Yeah.
You guys, you know what I'm talking about.
I know. Yeah.
Which ones are degens?
The one with like the noodle hands and like the ramen stuff over people's heads.
I see. Okay, yeah, I see.
It's like no wonder.
You win some, you lose some. You can't hit
like
them all.
In a year, they blow up because they're so terrible. People might just want them because of how bad they are. You know what I mean? You never know.
It's true.
It's an insane market. You don't know what's gonna blow up.
It's insane.
Like,
yeah, I thought
those. So that's why
which,
it's not financial. Just invest in as many projects as possible.
Yeah.
Not financial.
But not financial advice.
Not financial.
Let's put a little asterisk up there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we have lots of
I should do that
on this chat. Big old stamp.
Yeah.
What projects are you guys excited about? Is there anything out right now that you guys either just aping into right now or excited is about to come up?
I like those goblin goons. I don't know why. I just like the mechanism of burning two to get a ghost. I thought that was kind of cool. So I swept a couple off the floor literally just so I could burn them to make ghosts out of them. There's so many goddamn goats projects, but I mean, you never know which ones. You don't know which one's gonna do well, so I have like 8 of both of them just in case. You know what I mean? Like, I just like to diversify my PFP portfolio just in case, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, right now I can't really think of. I think there's what are those like Vogue? Yeah, someone just said good. I was thinking of the name, the Vogus or Vogus.
I don't know those.
What is that?
Yeah, they look pretty cool. They're coming out next week, I think. Out of 7,777 or something like that, and they're like these like weird camera head type things.
Whoa!
Oh shit, that's pretty dope actually.
Yeah, link them if you guys can.
Link them, baby.
Oh yeah, Git is making collectibles too, I think, which is pretty sick.
There's so many projects.
Oh my god,
so
my pick right now is Jay's Vessels and Egos and Souls.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They're going ape shit.
Yeah, Yeah, those are blowing up though. If you have the
Yeah.
money to get in on them, right? Because the floor is
Yeah.
over like 1 ETH.
Everyone's
Yeah.
holding now. I like so I got
I'm holding. I got
yeah.
one.
Jade's built a community that's kind of ride or die, which is perfect because the floor skyrockets if no one's gonna sell, and he keeps making them. He's got a great idea too. So Jay, for if you don't know, that Jay released his roadmap I think yesterday, and part of like the whole system is basically a bunch of contests and cool community events that if you win, you get the opportunity to buy at like 0.03, like super cheap. And that's, he's like only selling through that means. He's only selling through like giveaways and contests and raffles and stuff, but for a super cheap price. So then people have to buy it on secondary. So Jay makes his little bag off the initial sale from the giveaway, but then he always gets secondary action because they were priced so low originally. They're priced to flip. Super interesting.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you have to hop in the Discord, basically.
You have to be in the community to get one, or you have to buy it at a premium on secondary. There's no other way to get one, which is super brilliant.
Yeah. And all the
just
utility that he's putting into the roadmap
Yeah.
is it's turning out really, really crazy, and I'm very excited for that. And I've been getting offers all week. You know, it
Right?
went up to like point set,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, fuck. I mean, that's like the most expensive thing I have now, but I'm like, fuck, I'm not selling it.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome for you guys, but sucks for people who can't get in already, right? If you miss the boat on it, you're kind of screwed.
Well, kind of, but like if you, the only way to get him is like if he does a ton of giveaways, he does a ton of contests and raffles. So, I mean, getting one's definitely not out of the picture if you're involved in the community.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are out of luck if you want one like right now. you need to get kind of
I
lucky.
actually looked for one like a day or two ago, and I was like, I don't have the ETH to spend on this right now.
Well, yesterday he did a giveaway for only people that don't have one. So you had to
Oh shit.
select your grid. You
cool.
couldn't have one.
Yeah.
Dude, I missed the boat on that too. Fuck.
Yeah, I missed that one.
And he gave one away on stream on Twitch like
Today.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Steady Fung won it.
Yeah, stuff
I
you
just
did
gotta
win.
tune in more.
It's hard. There's so much. There's so many opportunities and not enough time, especially if you're building your own thing. There's not enough time.
Yeah, it's definitely a full-time job trying to keep up with like investing in NFTs and building your own brand and staying involved in the community. Just like you're getting pulled in a million different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I feel for Cole because like I am doing such a terrible job at work. Just like so my brain is here. Like this is where all the fun is. This is where all my people are. You know what I mean? Like I love this shit. So it's very fucking difficult to just be dialed in to the 9 to 5, so to speak. So Cole says I'm right there with you. I get you, man.
Yeah. I'm so fortunate to have freelancing as my other source of income. So what I do is I wake up early in the morning. I wake up at like 5, and then I bust out as much client work as I can. And then I have the whole afternoon and evening to do like NFT stuff. But it's like I understand, like I understand how lucky I am to have that set up to be able to have steady income and do NFTs with all the time, but it's just tough.
You're disciplined though. That's good. If you can set aside that window of time, client shit, and then cut off and do the not everyone can do that. My brain does not work that way.
Yeah.
So
it's because they're pussies.
Yeah, especially since NFTs make it so much like I don't even want to fuck with clients anymore. Dude.
Right.
Yeah.
I
do you even have
someone else
can
says.
you put them aside?
Well, the nice thing is like I really only just pick the ones I want to deal with, and right now that's just like album artwork that I like to do. So like if someone's reaching out for like an album cover, I'll do it, but if it's anything other than that, I usually pass on it.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Are you worried?
I didn't realize I didn't realize you did a lot of
I do a lot of
music,
album artwork.
covers. Dope, man.
Yeah, I do a lot
awesome.
of album artwork. I'll have to link you my Spotify playlist of just all the artwork that I've done from the different bands.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yo,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, man. Let me. I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you guys later. It's on my phone somewhere.
Word.
Oh shit,
But I made a
Domino,
playlist
while
of
we're-
everyone
it's
on
Domino.
Spotify that I made artwork for. So
Dope.
it's I just always loved music, so just being able to combine the two is just like a dream of mine.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you linked my Instagram. One of the pieces is on there. I just did one for a band called Felicity.
Is it the Dear Universe? See it.
Yeah, that one.
That's sick, man. I
Thanks,
love
dude.
that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I reached out to just a manager, like their manager, and I was like, yo, if you have any bands on your label that need artwork, and they
Yeah.
needed like 6 album single covers, and they needed a full length cover, and they wanted the singles to lead up to the full length and incorporate some of the single artwork with the full length. So it was a really fun project to do that one.
Hell yeah.
Pretty.
Are you
And one of
finding
the-
that they're giving with your
go ahead.
followers and also your involvement in NFTs? Are they giving you a little bit more control creatively now than maybe they used to?
Yeah, like some like these people were super dope, and they were just like listen to the album and make like what comes to mind. And other people are very strict, and they're like, oh, I want like a burning
Yeah.
building, and I want like this, and I want that, and that's cool. But 9 times out of 10, when I finish what they want, they're like, this is terrible, and I'm like, yeah, I fucking told you it's gonna be terrible because
Yeah, man,
like
you let me
just
do
let
whatever.
me do my thing, and you'll be happy with it.
Yeah.
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 Really,
So
yeah.
it's like, yeah, I mean, I don't mean to be a dick, but it's like when you go to like someone to purchase their services and then you tell them exactly how to do it, it's like
Yeah.
you're sort of just holding their hand the whole time. So
Yep.
yeah, the jobs where they're like, yeah, just listen to my music and go crazy, I'm like, all right, dude, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
I'll
it turns
bust
out
an album
sick.
cover for you, man.
Oh, question. This if
Hey,
you don't
man,
feel
shit.
if you don't feel comfortable answering this because it's a trade secret,
Yeah.
let me know. But where do you get all your assets? You've got such good assets in your collages, and you put them
That's
together
gonna
so
Thanks,
well.
man. Thank you. Yeah, so I'll divulge some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, a lot of sites are public domain and Creative Commons, like the Metropolitan Art Museum or the whatever they just put all their artwork up like a couple years ago, and it's all Creative Commons.
Mm.
The U.S. government has a whole site dedicated to propaganda posters from like World War I and World War II and shit like that.
Ah, that's cool.
And I've just
Dope.
always been intrigued by like old propaganda. So being able to incorporate like pieces like that and like fucking with them is just, you know. But other than that, like, all the other stuff you're gonna have to find on your own.
That's fair. That's
What-
great. That's great though.
Totally fair.
That's very helpful. Even just knowing that you're looking for Creative Commons stuff is more than most people have to go on, because I know from personal
Yep.
experience, when you type in like vintage something, you get a Pinterest board of like some like white girl's Pinterest board that she thinks is vintage because they hit it with a chain or something, and like it's hard to get the
Yeah.
real stuff. So that's great advice.
Well, the other cool thing too is if you use Google image search, you can actually sort by license type. So you
Ah.
can sort by
Right.
Creative Commons license, and then from there it's just rabbit holes going down. A lot of times it's like some dude's blog, and he has like a bunch of like fucking Creative Commons stuff. And but I always do my research on it too. If I find an image and I'm not sure, you know, I won't use it until I know for sure that I can, because I don't want to get in any type of like
Yeah.
issue later down the line.
Yeah.
Where I'm, you know, copying
You'll do
someone
some,
else's
like,
shit.
Some reverse image searching just to double check.
Yeah, well, and also like before I started doing collaging, I read a lot about Creative Commons and
Mm.
also about like my whole Vices series. Even though it looks just like Marlboro, like I made sure that I was okay to use that because it's considered parody, and like no one's like thinking I'm actually selling cigarettes. So
Yeah.
you know, I don't have
Yeah.
any issues of running into their trademark or anything like that. So I think artists
Yeah.
coming into this any type of art industry, whether it's like their original stuff or their collaging, like you got to make sure you know your shit, because it's very easy to step on people's toes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great advice too, because that's super forward thinking. Because right now you could literally do whatever you want and not have a problem, but as soon as you get big enough or further down the line where it starts to be more mainstream, you're going to have a lot of problems. so, so that's something great to
once you
think
get more
about.
eyeballs on your work,
Yeah.
and then and then everything you built was for nothing because you didn't read something right. So it's just do the due diligence, and if you're not sure, then do even more work or don't even fucking do it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
100%. Or else Hammerstein and Double Hammerstein will come and smash you in your bed while you sleep.
I hate those guys.
Yeah,
Double
bust
Hammerstein.
your kneecaps, man.
Yeah, he took it to another level.
You never get double Hammerstein.
You don't survive, that's for sure.
Wow.
Wake up
I was
with
gonna
a horse
ask.
head. A minted horse head.
Yeah, man.
What were you gonna ask me?
That's a bad omen.
Minted horse head.
That's a bad
Yeah,
omen.
in your bed.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
No, I was gonna ask about the aesthetically, aside from the collaging, there's very much like a 50s, 60s Americana that you're utilizing. Is there some inspiration there or some obsession with that era?
Yeah, I mean, that era just was sort of seen as like very surface level. Everything was like perfect from the outside. So being able to use like these almost angelic 1950s housewives and then turning them into these like demonic type creatures, there's something weird about that and off-putting. And I just always really liked kind of like what's hidden beneath the surface and what can you do with it.
Yeah.
And I was just always kind of just drawn to that. A lot of that came from like when I was younger. During the summers, I would spend weekdays at my grandma's house, and she was always watching like Hitchcock films and Twilight Zone and shit like that. And it just sort of like seeped into my brain at a young age, like subtle horror with these like 1950s type characters, and it just sort of comes out now. So, but just like using as vibrant colors as possible.
It's like a peek behind the veil in Pleasantville in so many ways.
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You got to be a big David
Some of
Lynch
them
fan
feel
then.
that way. Oh, I love David Lynch. Yeah, huge David Lynch fan.
Yeah.
I just love, like, one of the biggest things I love about him is that he just doesn't give a fuck. He just does what he wants. And
It's the best.
sometimes you watch it and you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, that was insane. But like, he is not afraid to take chances and take risks and, push the envelope a little bit. I just always really loved that about him. Aside from his aesthetic, of course, but just like reading more about what he does and why he does it just kind of gave me some confidence to be like, well, this is my artwork. I like it. I'm going to put it out there and see how fucking weird I can get with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without him as a person, it's really hard to get into his work. But once you understand, once you listen to him speak and why he's doing what he's doing, it's intoxicating. He's truly unique.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And because some of his stuff you'll watch and you're like, what am I watching right now?
Yeah. Right? What I've always been amazed at is how he bridges the gap. I mean, he's clearly made it as a mainstream film director. Even with his crazy like art house films and Twin Peaks was on TV for a long time and so him being able to bridge the gap like that I think is incredibly important. I think that Nicolas Cage does that super well also with his like German expressionism acting style. Like if you look at him in a vacuum, he's crazy. Like he shouldn't be doing what he's doing, but everyone loves him in the mainstream. And so people like that I think are super important to kind of bridge. Yeah,
like him and Mandy was insane. And also did you see that thing on Netflix about swear words? He was like ridiculous in that.
I don't think so. What was it?
There's this show on Netflix.
It's a great
that Nick Cage, he hosts it, and it's just all about swear words and like where they came from, and it's hilarious because he acts like so over the top.
That's cool. I'll have to look out for that. And I forget
what it's called, but it came out a couple weeks ago.
I think it's just called The History of Swear Words.
Oh, okay.
Is that what it's called? Okay, yeah.
History of Swear Words. There's no the.
Yeah, that's what Ted says too. Perfect.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
He has a new
Talking
movie
about Nicolas
out.
Cage.
Yeah, he's got a new movie out called Pig that looks crazy.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to see.
Truffle pig?
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. He like it goes on like a vendetta for a pig or something. So
Yeah.
Looks cool.
Some of the one-liners are dope. He's like, "Give me back my pig." It's like insane.
Oh, did you watch it?
I saw the trailer for
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah.
It looks
It
ridiculous.
does look ridiculous.
But speaking of
Love that,
movies,
man.
there was another decent one called Nobody, I think, with the dude from Better Call, Bob Odenkirk.
That was a great
Mm.
movie. That was really
Yeah,
good.
that one was actually pretty fucking cool, man. Like I went into it just like thinking it was like a John Wick ripoff, and it kind of is. But like Bob Odenkirk's awesome, so I'll watch anything he's in.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah,
A lot of the shots they
he just
did.
plays this like. Yeah, it was filmed really well too. Like, and it was
Yeah.
really like choreographed really well because there's a lot of fight scenes in it, and it
Yeah.
was pretty cool. I'd give it a watch.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Sweet.
Somebody said,
Steph approves.
Yeah.
One.
Steph's dad is an aficionado. He's very into films and he's very into music, and it's awesome. And
So
We'd get along very well then.
Yeah.
That's me. I'm very into film and music.
yep,
That
yeah.
was my life before artwork was music.
Oh yeah. Do you ever play?
Yeah, I'm 35 now, and I started playing drums when I was 13, and that's actually how I got
damn.
into artwork. Was like we were playing music, we were fucking terrible, but we were like, we need T-shirts, we need a website, and nobody wanted to do it. So
Mm.
I downloaded Photoshop off of Kazaa or LimeWire or whatever the fuck it was at the time, and
Wow.
taught myself how to do Photoshop.
That's cool.
So,
Amazing.
Yeah.
and that's how it all started. Was from because I
That's
was
a-
in a band.
That's very similar to me as well. I was in bands probably since around the same age. I'm 30. So I was making like the gig posters. I never actually put that together, like what actually got me into art. And I bet you're right, because I think that was probably like some of the first shit that I designed were gig posters
Yeah,
and
man.
little fucking cassette tape, because I recorded it on my cassette tapes and on
Yeah.
I had a mini disc player that I'd bring to our gigs. And I'd set a microphone up, disc.
We gotta
Yeah.
bring mini discs back. We gotta bring them.
Dude,
Do we?
they're yeah, they're
Like-
sick.
Like functionally, do we?
They're
Like,
sick.
I'm down for the aesthetic, but I'm not necessarily down
Man.
for having to carry a fucking brick of mini discs to have like 20 songs.
You're missing out, bro. You're missing out.
I
No,
have.
that was
They
my
they
goal.
Yeah, but it's
It
fun.
was-
It's funny to trace back
Yeah.
your origins. You know what I mean, and see
Yeah.
like where it all began. And for me, it was literally like, I remember designing my first sticker because we were like, we need stickers to put on stop signs because we thought that was the cool thing to do.
Mm.
So I designed some stickers and they were fucking terrible,
Yeah.
but like it got
Hell
me
yeah.
into Photoshop. And then this was before YouTube, so I couldn't watch any like tutorial videos. So I was just like reading people talking about like,
Mhm.
here's how you do this, here's how you blend, like here's how you use the pen tool, and I'm like, gotta figure it out somehow. So you know,
There was some MS
The rest
Paint
is
in there
history.
too, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's probably where I
Right.
started first because it was free, and then I was like, this isn't gonna cut it. So then I had to download Photoshop with like it came with like the serial number, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, so you could get it for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
am
rip some
paying for
serial
it now,
numbers.
Adobe. If you're listening.
No, they're coming,
Yeah,
dude.
guys, lay
They're
off.
coming.
They're on.
If Photoshop and if
Well,
Adobe's watching,
well,
then
Photoshop follows me on Twitter, so I gotta keep it clean.
that's
you know what I mean?
true. That's pretty sick. They were following.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened.
They went on like a little spree. They did a tweet about NFTs and then like followed a few people. And you were I think you were really early to like tweet at them like, hey, give me a follow, and then they did, right?
Yeah, I think it was something like, yo, I've been stealing your work since I was 13
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, actually, I own you. I own it now. So, and then they followed me. So I'm
Hell yeah.
all right,
I
whatever.
own you.
I own you now, Photoshop.
I own you. I
Yeah.
own you. I pay the $20 a month to use you. So, or however much it is, I don't even know.
It's like
Yeah.
800 now or something.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Well, that was
Uh,
like when I
oh.
first started, you had to like buy it outright for like $4,000 or something. That was
Yeah.
insane.
I remember that.
That was insane. Not a great system when you're a fucking college student and you have zero money.
Yeah, student
No.
discount, and it's like
Not
it's
good.
like down to $600.
I remember remember stealing all the discs from my school. All the
Oh,
just
yeah.
like the whole creative suite.
Yeah.
I like stole a whole stack of the discs of all the programs.
Dude,
And what he means, Adobe, is he borrowed them from
here's
a
the
totally
thing,
reliable
Adobe.
source.
I'm
Is out
not.
on
Yeah.
you know.
I'm
The
not.
statute of limitations has got to be up on that. Though. I think you're good.
Yeah,
No,
you
here's
know?
the thing. I don't fucking care that I stole that. You're gatekeeping out young artists from figuring out how to use programs. And here's the thing. Oh, GIMP is open source. Fuck that. I'm not going to be the peasant that uses GIMP in my high school. I need to learn what people actually use, and
Do
I
you see any
can't do
peasants
it.
here?
I can't do it when it's $1,000.
Yeah, what am I gonna Google GIMP? GIMP paintbrushes? Come on, man. GIMP brushes? Come on. Or Paint Shop Pro? Get out of here.
Don't
Get the fuck out
add
of here.
us, Adobe.
Yeah. Or do. Fight me, pussies.
Yeah, you're right though, Orphan. I mean, like, without being able to access Photoshop when I did, who knows if I would have kept going with art. So I mean, they kind of
Yeah.
are gatekeeping like who should use it.
True.
Yeah.
They're stifling creativity.
I guess
God damn it.
I'm writing a strongly worded letter to Adobe.
Yeah.
Right now.
Call them
Yep,
call them
typing it up.
cucks.
Just
I've heard they're cucks. All of them. I heard that's a requirement.
You
They're
can start
super
that
beta.
just start that on Twitter.
It's just a
Start
it's just a
over.
rumor, but I have pretty good sources. So
Guys, are we gonna take down Adobe? Is it
I
happening?
think that would be a bad move in the long term.
It's too, we're in too deep now.
They probably already sent assassins to each of our locations.
That's fine. I'll fight them.
Damn it. Luckily for me, I got
Oh, yeah.
the VPN on.
Nice try, Adobe. I'm pointing my Nerf gun at the screen
Ooh.
since you guys can't see me.
They feel that. They feel that.
Yeah.
that's a threat.
They do.
Yeah.
This is
I'm not
exactly
making
where the stream
threats.
was meant to go.
I'm not making threats. Here's the thing. If Adobe comes to my house and puts me in a self-defense situation, or if I'm outside of their office buildings and get put inside a self-defense situation, I'm going to have to protect myself by any means necessary. And I will not hesitate to do so if
Do not
if they act first, right? You know, that's
do not corner Orphan. He will fight back.
I will.
He bites.
Yeah.
Don't corner me.
Bites.
It's like the like that Simpsons episode where they start punching, they're like, I'm gonna do this, and if you get in my way. But kidding, everyone. Kidding. I love Photoshop. I've been using Photoshop and paying for it for quite some time now. So
I'm just gonna keep a trail, and I'm posting in the chat right now, just so everyone knows we're all good.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
This way, if
Just to be
Adobe
clear.
sees it, they're like, okay,
Yeah.
we're cool. We're cool.
Yeah.
We like you, Adobe.
If this
We
VOD
appreciate
disappears, by the
everything
way-
you do for us.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Oh, if this VOD doesn't go up, you might understand why. But that's just-
I think this is probably the one that's gonna get taken down.
you think
Yeah.
so?
Of course, it would be mine, right?
It's not the one where I said I'm the Hitler of
Sorry.
NFTs.
Oh,
this
that might be that one.
Yeah.
It might be that one.
I think that one might take the cake over anything.
Oh
Adobe related.
no.
Any press is good press.
Oh
What makes you the
no.
Hitler of NFTs?
I don't really. I don't
This
even
is what he
remember.
wanted you to do. This is a trap.
I don't remember. I feel like if I start to go on a rant, it might end poorly. But so I just don't remember why I said that. But it doesn't make it less true.
You just don't want to go into detail. All right.
Yeah, it's for the best.
Yeah.
I think it's for the best.
I'll let it slide.
Okay. Thank you. You've saved my
now,
career.
Now that this now that the stream is completely off the rails.
Yeah. God damn it! Why do I always do this?
Man.
Speaking
why
of
we
Hey,
being
I'm
your
just a guest. You guys are the hosts.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
This is all on
Yeah.
you guys.
Yeah, we have completely
It
failed.
is.
Speaking of being yourself, try to be less yourself if you're me, and then more of yourself if you're a reasonable person.
Mhm.
That's how I feel sometimes when I'm like tweeting something. I'm like, people are gonna be like, "This is so fucking stupid," and then it ends up doing like way better than any of my art posts do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man.
That's the mood
And then
for
it's kind
sure.
of depressing a little bit. It's like a little depressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's very
I don't
counterintuitive.
know.
Yeah, which ones tend to work the best? Like, what's the most successful like engagement shit?
Other than giveaway stuff, because that's like easy.
Mm.
I find that the best engagement ones are any of the memes that I make myself, like where I go to the actual site and you can like type whatever the fuck you want on top of them.
Oh, yeah,
those are the
yeah.
ones that always
Mm.
end up doing the best.
Yeah.
Mm.
I got like 200 likes and like 50 retweets, and then I post like, "Hey, I got some artwork coming out," and like 5 people like it, and it's like,
Yeah.
all right, I guess I'm just a meme account
We don't
now.
want the
Tough.
art. We don't want the art.
Yeah.
We just want the memes.
Yeah.
Just give us the memes, dude.
It's not.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
far off.
Well, shit. I don't want to kill the conversation, but we've been hanging out for almost 2 hours, so
Damn.
thanks for
Time flies.
offering so much of your time, Joshua.
Absolutely, I appreciate you guys having me, and
Oh,
if you
yeah.
guys ever want to have me back on, I'm happy to come on and shoot the shit.
Wait.
Hell yeah.
Can
What?
Wait,
can we leak my collab with you on the Vices? I've been holding it.
Oh,
yeah,
I've been
you guys
holding
are
it back.
fucking holding out?
yeah, you can leak it.
Okay, let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I have it too. I can
Wow.
leak it as well. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to post it or not.
Buried the
Well,
fucking lead.
It's the perfect time to do so. So let me pull it up. I can get it full screen for people. So
Wow.
I've been talking about it, but I'm
wow.
like, I don't know if the Dirt God wants me to show this or not. I don't know what
Put on your adult
No, you
diapers
can
now,
definitely
everyone.
do it. I've just... Put on
Sweet.
your adult. I've already been wearing one, so
All right, drum
Yeah.
roll.
yeah, like that lady that drove from like Texas to Florida with the diaper on. Remember
For
that shit?
revenge.
Mhm.
For revenge.
A diaper definitely warrants revenge.
Yo, look at this.
Right, we got it
Yeah.
up.
Look at that little lens flare, dude.
The
I
inspiration
feel that.
was cotton candy.
I fucking feel that.
Oh yeah.
That looks hot, guys.
And when's it coming out?
It was all you, man. I didn't do anything. Let me check. I have one coming out today with Galactic Funk, and then
baby.
yours is August 15th.
Perfect. Perfect.
Shit.
If you want to come on, again, sometime around then, just let me know. Let me know. We could
Okay, yeah, that'd be cool,
do an
man.
art battle, or we can have it in their chat. Whatever you want to do, just hit me up.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely down.
You and John got a battle.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
John,
I don't know
Harris.
how that
do
would
it?
go. Well, John would kick my ass, so I don't want to battle him.
Oh, really?
Who's John?
I think it'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
dude, he's Des Lecrae.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
Oh,
would
yeah.
that,
He's
that would
insane
be
right now,
fun. He is insane.
His shit's blowing up right now. Like, I can't even afford him anymore. I'm
Yeah.
lucky that I was able to buy his stuff in April, because like I can't even buy it anymore.
He's taking off for
Dude,
That
sure.
was the time.
Yeah, man, I was able to. I bought 3 out of 5 of his Genesis Monster series, so he actually gifted me a 1-of-1, which I'm never gonna sell.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, well,
That's awesome.
dude, I mean, this was like before anyone was buying any of his stuff. I
Right.
mean, like, I was the
Yeah.
only one bidding on it. So he was like, "Thanks for buying 3 of 5 of my pieces. Here's a 1-of-1."
That's amazing.
Mhm.
That's amazing.
That's the last 1-of-1 I'm gonna be able to afford of it. So-
It's all right.
Well, actually, that's a lie. I bought a 3 of 3 of his and then burned 2 of them to make a 1-of-1. So
Awesome.
Holy shit.
I hear a bunch of people talking
that is
about
awesome.
that, but you're probably the first person I've heard that's actually like done that.
yeah,
Everyone
man,
I
go big or
hear,
go home. I mean,
yeah, yeah,
like, if you have the means to pick up like a multiple that's like doesn't have any other purchases, definitely burn it and make a 1-of-1. Why not, right?
100%.
Make it more rare.
Yeah.
That's the way I
So
roll.
tell us about, recap for us what you got going on, because it sounds like you have a collab that's dropping today. You have your
Yeah, so I
Wednesdays
have,
and Fridays. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a Vices collab dropping today. Actually, as soon as I get off this, I'm gonna mint it. I should have done that earlier. I'm the worst. So that'll be coming out probably in like an hour. Should have been out an hour ago, but I totally
Is
forgot.
that on Rareable?
Yeah, that's gonna be on Wearable.
Sweet.
All the Vices except for John's Vices, because that was the Hen 1000 that we did his with.
Yeah.
All the other Vices labels are on Wearable. And then coming up next week, I'll be doing a collab with Julian La Monet, not the Julian that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
La Monet, he does some really, really awesome 3D work. And then within the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be releasing 3 one-of-ones that they'll all have utility to them, and I'm hoping to include a physical token with them as well.
Nice.
Damn, dude, you're busy.
Yeah, that's a plan right
Trying
there.
to keep busy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trying to keep busy. It definitely feels weird, like not having anything available, but I kind of just want the secondary market to do its thing, and you don't have to have things available all the time. You don't have to feel like you have to be selling 24/7.
No.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes you could oversaturate your own market.
For sure.
Yep. And then where can people reach you? Because you guys have the Twitter Spaces chats, and you do your Wednesdays and Fridays as well.
Yeah, hit me up on Twitter at the Dirt God. I have my Wednesday shill post and a Friday shill post. And then next week we're looking to do another Twitter Spaces. We just don't know what day yet. And we're looking to have some guests on as well too. So the last time we had, I think his name Neon Wasteland was from Philly, also really cool stuff.
Oh, cool.
And we're just trying to include as many artists as possible to give them like a spotlight to just do this, shill what they're working on and get to know them a little bit better, so that people in the community can know their story a little bit more.
Nice.
Hell yeah. That's what it's all about, man.
Is your Discord
Yeah,
still popping? I don't see a link to it on your.
Yeah, it's been a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
Well, the Discord is for my cult members only, so I only give out the link if you're a cult member.
I see.
So cult members are my first 100 collectors. Once I reached 100 unique collectors, I sent them each a cult badge, and then I offered 50 badges for like 0.025 or something like that. So anyone that is in the cult can get like exclusive drops and also giveaways.
Nice.
Awesome.
I just saw someone said beggar's hat when. Yeah, this is my new hat that I'm creating, so it'll be available soon.
Really?
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
I was going to ask you about that.
It's cool.
Yeah,
I dig that.
it'll be available on my site soon.
Will you get
So-
to choose
yeah.
which kind you want?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be working on some snapbacks and also some of these 6 panels. So,
Nice. I like the 6
couple
panels.
camo ones.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice, man.
switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna be doing. there's gonna be
amazing,
one with like some camo, and then there's also this canvas one. So
Nice.
And what's your website so we can drop it in the chat too?
chemicalmessiah.com.
Easy. Yeah, count me in for one of those
Yep.
canvas panel ones. I'm down for that.
Same,
Thanks, man.
bro.
Yeah, those are cool.
I need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wear hats all the time because I'm bald. So
Yeah.
I just wear hats all the time.
That's fair.
That and my beanie. That I'm kind of known for now.
It's a good look. There's worse things.
Right?
Imagine if you were bald in like the 1200s and there was no hats and you just had to walk around with a bald head.
Yeah.
In the 1200s.
Yeah.
That might...
When did they invent hats? It had to be a long. I was gonna say something sooner,
It was
and then I'm like, they probably had hats
1201
then.
they invented it. No, I believe it was
Like-
around
like-
1205. Some guy was like,
like,
this is it.
whoa.
I've had enough of this boldness.
Who
Need a hat."
invented hats? We didn't
Come
make
on.
that genius. Just puts
Bro.
a turtle shell on his head.
I'm
Brilliant.
pretty sure
What?
Holy
Genghis
shit.
Khan rocks some hats, man.
Genghis Khan
That's why
was
I
a
got the
pussy,
beard,
dude.
because if I didn't have the beard, I'd just be like an egg. I'd be totally hairless. You know what I mean? So I have to have a beard.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
gotta have the
Hell
beard,
yeah.
or else it just doesn't look good. I don't want to be an egg.
I'd be an egg.
I would. It would just be
Incredible.
nothing. Just nothing. Just egg.
Well, shit. We're going to rock some of these hats on stream.
Awesome,
gonna
man.
get this
Appreciate it.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be listing them probably today or tomorrow. I just gotta
The hats?
finalize my site.
Oh, hell yeah. Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll pick one up
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah, this was my sample. I wanted to make sure they looked all right before I listed them for sale.
Are you going with
Yeah.
someone local,
I don't listen-
or
Sharp.
who are you going through?
I use Printful.
Okay.
All print on demand stuff.
Mm.
I've been using them for the past like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's super nice
know
for
that.
artists that don't want to have a lot of inventory because it's all print on demand.
Oh.
So it's really, really nice. They integrate with Shopify super easily.
Oh, shit.
That's where I get all my merch printed.
Printful? Is that what you
It's
said?
Yep, Printful. Printful.
Oh, I'm gonna
They'll
check
do
this
the
out.
distribution for you too, huh?
Yep, yeah, they'll still blind ship it straight from their warehouse.
Wow, that's
Damn,
cool.
dude.
That's
Mhm.
very
That is
cool.
cool.
Yeah,
Did-
yeah,
did-
so if you don't have this way, you don't have to worry about inventory. And if you're like me, I like to change up my designs like every
Yeah.
1 or 2 months. I
Yeah.
don't want to have all that inventory lying around, so it's really, really convenient.
How
And they
does
also do sample orders for super cheap, so before you go selling anything to anybody, get some samples to make sure they look all right.
how do they do
That's
that? Do
sick.
they do direct to garment printing, or do you know?
Yeah, it's direct to garment.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check this out. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
the quality is super
Same.
good too, man. I've been using them probably for like 5 years,
Ah,
so
that's
yeah.
awesome.
Wow.
super good quality.
We need some boys hats too. I think.
Yeah, man, get
I've
some
been
boys
thinking about
Oh
hats.
my god, that would be
Yeah.
sick.
Sweatshirts the other day.
We need that.
What'd you say, Ryan?
Yeah, I do.
So we were just in the Discord, the boys talking about like embroidered hoodies
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yep, Printful
Merch,
does
baby.
embroidery.
Yeah.
They do. This is embroidered, and they do embroidered T-shirts as well, and they also do direct to garment. They don't do
Nice.
direct to garment on hats though.
Mm.
But
Mm.
Okay.
I want
Okay.
a
This
shirt
is
with
it's perfect.
Shy Boy and then embroidered roses all around it, like an icon, like all.
yeah, man. Well, the coolest thing is like I've done it before
Lost
where I'll
my
just
mind.
like design a T-shirt and just order one of them because I want it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can easily just buy. It's like $15 to buy a one of one T-shirt, and
Yeah.
you don't have to worry
Hell
about
yeah.
screen costs or anything like that.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we found our distributor
Yeah,
and manufacturer.
yeah. Maybe they'll sponsor Boys Chat.
They're really good.
That would be dope.
Speaking from experience, they're really good quality.
Perfect.
Amazing. Thanks for the
Really
recommend,
good
dude.
Oh my
Yeah, man,
god.
absolutely.
Businesses that trust Printful. SpongeBob SquarePants. The official printer
Done.
of
Didn't know
SpongeBob
that.
SquarePants. That's
Done.
insane.
That's it.
What a vouch.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's great.
that is quite a vouch.
Yeah,
Oh
dude.
They didn't
my
ask
God.
me. They didn't ask me to be on there.
Yeah.
You're next.
That'd be
You're
unreal.
next.
Sponge Dirt
Give me-
God Pants. The next official.
Sponge dirt god pants.
Hell
The
yeah.
dirty sponge.
Amazing.
Coca-Cola, CBS, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Perfect.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Love
that's the
it.
one that I picked out of that list.
Well, Joshua, thank you so much, man. This was awesome,
Absolutely.
chilling and hearing more about you, and yeah, just the way you approach things. So thanks for being so you, dude. Thanks for
I
leading by
appreciate you guys
example.
having me. Absolutely. Yeah, man. If you guys, and again, my DMs are always open. So anyone listening, or if you guys ever want to reach out and just shoot the shit, or
Mhm.
if you have a question, or if you have a project you think is cool, my DMs are always open.
Sweet. Perfect, dude. Yeah, thanks, man. It's been a pleasure. Boys chats are always so much fun. So while we wrap this
Yeah,
one
this
up,
was really cool. I appreciate it.
yeah. What do we have anything on the docket for next week, Rye? Or is that open right now?
It's open.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're just figuring out because I'm moving also, like Joshua. So
Oh,
my
yeah.
next couple of weekends are shot.
Cool.
But
I'll figure
I
it
don't
out.
know,
We're
Yeah,
hav-
if you couldn't tell, I'm in a hotel room right now with my cat.
I didn't want to say anything, man. I didn't want to see like, oh man, that looks like you're in a hotel room. And you have to be like, this is my house. Like, I.
Yeah. This is my house, you
I've
asshole.
been spending the entire time being like, did he buy those lamps?
No.
He put that wallpaper up.
Yeah. It could be a
Yeah.
vibe. I don't know.
No, I
but-
mean, I sold my house and my apartment is being renovated. So until it's renovated, I'm in a hotel for the next like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, okay.
But it's a lot of fun because it's just like Home Alone 2. Just watch Home Alone 2.
Perfect.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah.
Take the limo on
Pay-per-view's
loop with the
gonna add
pizzas.
up, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the talk boy and everything. You know what I mean? I'm just like
Great.
playing.
That's what we need to bring back. That's what we need
talk
to bring
boy.
back. Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Oh man.
All right, guys.
Yeah, this is not my house. Nope. It's not my house. That's my dumb cat.
Whatever you say,
Cat,
dude.
though.
Whatever you say.
Yeah.
Thanks
All
for
right.
letting us in.
Okay, guys, we'll figure out next week. That'll do it for us today and this week. Thank you so much to both Ryans and the Dirt God himself. I'm gonna cut it here, and we will see. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, and we'll see you for Boys Chat next Saturday. So, have a good one. Later, guys.
You too. Later, guys.
Peace.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.